Greetings, this is your professor, Fred Witzig, and this is a Wit and Wisdom video. Welcome to Wit and Wisdom, an online community of intelligent folks who want the pleasure of thinking historically about the present and just enjoying history without the expense and bother of taking a college course. I think you should know a little bit about whoever it is that you're listening to. So thanks for listening to this video before you take in the rest of Wit and Wisdom's content. There are two facts about me that are probably most relevant to Wit and Wisdom. First, I've been a Christian for about 15 years. That affects pretty much everything I do. Or better said, I want that fact to affect everything that I do. I want everything that I say to be conditioned by the Christian faith and to be faithful to Jesus Christ. The second important fact is that I taught college history from about 2001 until 2019. For the first 7 or so years, I taught mostly world history with a little bit of American history mixed in. And then the rest of the time, the other 11 years or so, I taught mostly American history with a little bit of world history mixed in. Over those 18 years, I taught such classes as early world history, modern world history, American history to the Civil War, American history since the Civil War, as well as more focused courses such as American religious history, history of the Midwest, history of education, African American history, history of the Reformation period, and even some economic history. To this day, I love history. I love teaching history. I love teaching college history in a college history classroom. But by 2019, I had grown disillusioned with secular academia. So when I was offered the opportunity to switch careers, I took it. So now I do research and some teaching, some educational endeavors for my church denomination. That means that I still do a lot of historical research, but now my time is spent a lot more on history of the Bible, history behind the Bible, as in like historical background of the Bible, church history. And along the way, I'm spending a lot of time learning things like biblical languages. Been trying to learn Greek and Hebrew, studying the Bible and theology, learning methods of studying the Bible. I'm really enjoying that, although I do still miss the college history classroom. I have a PhD in history from Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. My main professional training and research and publications are in American history, with some world history on the side. And I've done a lot of public speaking over many years. And so, eventually, as I had heard people saying, I wish I could learn history from you, I thought, hey, why don't we start a history podcast and video series? And so my wife and I, my wife's name is Nancy, we started Wit and Wisdom. I should also mention, this isn't necessarily relevant to Wit and Wisdom, maybe so. We have 3 daughters. They're all grown, out of the house. We homeschooled them. They've all been to college. They're all doing their thing, working in careers. But they're still very important to my life, of course. Well, I have posted on Wit and Wisdom. We have posted on Wit and Wisdom quite a bit of content. This is the 5th year now. I'm recording this in the 5th year of Wit and Wisdom. Actually, in the 6th year of Wit and Wisdom. Over the past 5.5 years or so, we've posted podcasts and videos on American history, on biblical history, church history, a bit of non-American history, some world history. I've posted thoughts on the field of history and the practice of history, how you can do history. I have a few posts on careers in history, some thoughts about education and being Christian in college. There are even some recordings of courses, complete courses. I did a whole year series of a years-long course on American history, a year-long course on world history, a year-long course on church history. And all of those are available. They are free to you. You can just watch them whenever you want, as many times as you want. I even have some podcasts on Christian apologetics, like why we should believe in Jesus Christ, and a lot more. A lot of it is pre-recorded podcasts and videos, but there are recordings of live streamed events. Every once in a while, I do some live stream events. Right now, I'm in a series on the biblical background to the Bible, or the historical background to the Bible. Taking a little hiatus on that as I do some more study. But whenever that will crank up again, if you subscribe to this Patreon account, then you will get notices that I'm about to do another live stream, and you are welcome to join in. In those live stream events, you can watch me, listen to me, teach. You can also ask questions in real time. I try to answer questions as they come up during the live stream, and you can watch them later at your convenience. The goal with all of this is to provide a forum for learning history, using the tools of professional historians and the crucial insights and values of the Christian faith. One of the things that I think I can bring is to the conversation about current events in the past and so forth, is that I seek to be decidedly Christian in how I go about history, and I'm also a professional historian. So bringing those two, I don't know if expertises is what you would call them, but two backgrounds together is what I hope makes Wit and Wisdom different than a lot of what you find out there. So if you're an older high school or college student who enjoys history, I think you'll find a lot to like here. If you're a post-college or a never college person, I love never college people. If you're a post-college or never college person with adult responsibilities and little time or money to take a history class, but you want to be inspired intellectually and spiritually, I think you'll find a lot here to like. And remember, this is a community. You can either observe quietly, or you can participate by offering your ideas about history and giving me feedback and suggestions for content. What if you're not a Christian? Well, my explicitly Christian videos, where I talk about history or the current events or whatever from a decidedly Christian viewpoint, I normally label those Christian. You'll see at the bottom of each post on Patreon, you'll see at the bottom of each post some labels or some tags that help you to figure out what each podcast is about. If it's decidedly Christian, like in-your-face Christian content, then I post that as Christian. So if it's offensive to you to watch something that is explicitly Christian, then you might not want to watch those. Although I hope you do, just to be open-minded and to be thoughtful about maybe some other ways of understanding the world than what you're used to. By the way, those tags are also useful. If you discover a topic that you really like, look down and see if they are tagged with that topic. If you click on that tag, Patreon will post, or will bring to your attention, will list all of the content that I posted on that topic. If you want to learn more about me, and I hope you do, click on the other introductory videos. They will help you know more about who's teaching you. I heartily invite you to watch the Transparency, My Biases video. I really want you to know where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to be deceptive or anything about who I am. I think it's really important for people to just be upfront and say, these are my biases. This is generally how I see the world. That way the listener, the watcher the viewer can take those into account as you're watching. One last thing. Wit and Wisdom started as a subscription-only podcast. Now, over the past couple of years, I think, all of the content is free. And I don't pester you to support Wit and Wisdom financially. I only mention that every once in a while. I will mention in passing that this is a listener-supported podcast. I will not pester you about that. But I do want to thank and acknowledge those who do support Wit and Wisdom financially. That is really important to the ability of Wit and Wisdom to keep on doing research and posting. So thank you for that. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video, and I truly hope and pray that you are delighted and edified as you learn about history and the Bible and so forth. And I pray the Lord blesses you with everything you need to know Him more fully.